Hello everybody. Today we will discuss the first chapter of civics. The chapter name is the Indian Constitution and the need for law. In this chapter we will discuss many topics. The first topic is the constitutions. About the constitutions we will discuss what are the constitutions, why we need a constitutions. Then second topic is the importance of law in our life, and then the case study related to a dowry system, and also we will discuss what is the dowry and the judicial review of the constitutions, and lastly we will discuss the law and dissent, and there is also, and lastly we will discuss some important terms related to the chapter. Okay, now know about the constitutions. The word constitutions comes from the Latin word constitutio, which refers to regulations and order. A constitution is a set of fundamental laws and basic principles according to which a state or country is governed. It means every state or country has some laws through which they govern the people. So when these principles are put together in a written form, it becomes a written constitutions. A constitution gives the government certain power, while also indicating the limit of these powers. Okay. In addition, the process of lawmaking and the rights and duties of the citizens are laid out clearly. Therefore, a constitution forms the basic guidelines for the functioning of any democracy. The Constitution of India is longest of the world. It was passed on 26 November 1949 and came into effect on 26 January 1950. Okay. Now next topic is importance of law in our life. Okay. The importance of law in our life. We all need rules and regulations in our lives. There are no laws. The rich and powerful would, if there is no law, then the rich and powerful would dominate the society. Laws are essential as they ensure a safe and fair environment. So we can say we need some essential laws in our daily life, even during the playgrounds and in the school also. Now another topic is we have a case study about dowry. Here is a news. According to this, woman burnt corpse arrest husband for a dowry. Ghaziabad police have arrested the husband of a 22 years old woman who was admitted to a Delhi hospital under mysterious circumstances. The woman has sustained over 90% burn and was described by doctors as very critical. According to the police official, the woman got married in February. Since then, she had been mistreated by her laws for dowry, and as time went by, more incident. The woman's brother had filed a report at the police station, naming her husband and 8 of her laws of his sister's attempted murder. Now first of all, know what is dowry. Dowry refers to gift, money and other material goods that are given by a bride's family to the groom at the time of marriage. India has had a long history of dowry. The inability of the bride family to pay dowry often lead to harassment and torture of the bride by the groom's family, sometimes resulting in her death due to murder or suicide. The increasing number of dowry-related deaths resulted in the Dowry Prohibition Act of 1961. According to this act, offering and receiving dowry is a crime. Anyone who is found guilty will be fined and imprisoned for a period of no less than 5 years. Now our next topic is judicial review. That is judicial review. In India, the Supreme Court is the upholder of the constitutions. If it finds that any law passed by the legislature goes against the spirit of the constitution, the law is declared unconstitutional. This is known as judicial review. Okay. Now our next topic is law and dissent. Dissent means to disagree or to oppose. Sometimes people protest against law which violate their freedom. Dissent is important because it is the people's voice against unfair rules and laws which may violate their rights. The salt satyagraha is a good example of this. Now let us discuss something about the salt satyagraha. It is very important topics of the history. In 1930, Gandhiji decided to launch the civil disobedience movement by protesting against the salt tax, which had been imposed by the British government in 1882. The salt law gave the British a monopoly on the collection and manufacture of salt. The violation of law was a criminal offence. The government imposed a tax on salt which affected every member of the society. Gandhiji chose to violate the salt law in a symbolic campaign. Salt is a basic necessity of life, and by breaking this law, he wanted to show the repressive nature of British laws. Okay. On 12th March 1930, Gandhiji with 78 of his followers marched from Sabarmati ashram to Dandi, a small village on the coast of Gujarat, and on 6 April 1930 he picked up handful of salt, saying, "With this I am shaking of foundations of the British Empire," and he violated the law. This chapter has some important terms also. We have to discuss it because it is very important for further use. Now first word is chaotic. Chaotic, it is in a state of complete confusion and disorder. In a state of complete confusion and disorder is called chaotic. Next word is violation. Failure to obey a rule or a law. Failure to obey a rule or a law. Then next word is the legality. Legality, the quality or a state of being in accordance with the law. It means the quality or a state of being in accordance with a law. Now next word is jeopardize. It means to put someone or something into a situation in which there is a danger of loss, harm or failure. It means to put someone or something into a situation in which there is a danger of loss, harm or failure. Now next word is statute law. It means all the written law of a parliament. Statute law means all the written law of a parliament. Then Next word is null and void. It means having no legal force or invalid. It means having no legal force or invalid. Okay, thank you.